Hello and good afternoon. I'm Mohanapriya. Welcome to Updates at Noon. 13 new COVID-19 clusters have been identified by the Ministry of Health, MOH, yesterday, involving 5 workplace clusters, 5 community clusters, 2 religious clusters and 1 private education institution cluster. Health Director General Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham Abdullah in his statement said the workplace clusters were detected at Jalan Satu cluster and Lorong Tiong cluster in Selangor, Jalan Tun Hussein On construction site cluster and Kampung Selamat Kopitiam in Penang, as well as Kawasan Industri 2 cluster in Johor. The community clusters identified involved 2 in Sarawak, namely the Jalan Stadium Negeri cluster and the Tebedu Mawang cluster, Sri Tualang cluster in Kelantan, Jalan Sungai Berang cluster in Perak, as well as the Lat Lok cluster in Terengganu and Kelantan. The Health DG added that the religious clusters are Jalan Haji Mahmud cluster in Johor, Tanah Merah Keagamaan cluster in Negeri Sembilan, while the Desa Murni cluster in Penang is the private education institution cluster. Meanwhile, Tan Sri Dr. Nur Hisham, through his Twitter account, called on Malaysians to assist frontliners who have been battling against COVID-19 pandemic since last year to stay at home to break the virus transmission chains. He urged the rakyat to stay at home for the duration of the movement control order if they do not have any absolutely necessary business and affairs. This is of paramount importance in order to avoid getting infected with COVID-19. He said if the compliance towards SOP set continues to be lacking, Malaysia will be facing intensive care unit beds shortage to accommodate critical patients. The Health DG said the scenario is likely to happen if the daily cases continue to rise, including those admitted to the ICUs. A total of 674,862 individuals have completed both doses of COVID-19 vaccine through the National COVID-19 Immunization Program as of 8th May. Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. Adham Baba said the number was part of 1,079,294 individuals who had received the first dose, bringing the total number of doses administered in the country so far to 1,754,156. Datuk Sri Dr. Adham said 5 states that had received the highest number of first dose injections so far are Selangor with 146,731 doses, Sarawak at 109,106, Kuala Lumpur 108,617, Perak 96,296 and Johor 90,252. As of yesterday, 41% or 9,954,137 individuals had registered to be vaccinated, with Selangor recording the highest number of registrations with 2,558,679 individuals. The ongoing second phase of the National Immunization Program involves 9.4 million senior citizens, vulnerable groups and the disabled, while the third phase, scheduled from May this year to February 2022, involves individuals 18 years and above, citizens and non-citizens, targeting over 13.7 million people. Failure to record personal details before entering premises is the offence with the highest count recorded yesterday, with 214 cases, followed by not wearing face masks, entertainment centre activities and not adopting physical distancing. A statement by Senior Minister for Security, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, said failure to register personal details will make it complicated for the authorities to detect COVID-19 infections and will also create problems for other individuals. Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri added that the government always stressed the importance of complying to the SOP to curb the spread of COVID-19 virus. In the same statement, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri also announced that patients with hospital appointment cards are now allowed to go for their appointments in hospitals or clinics without any permission letter from the police. The senior minister said the decision was reached after considering complaints from the public. He added that the government also considered other factors, such as complications to ask for police permission for each appointment, especially cancer and diabetic patients, due to their treatment schedule. Patients with a doctor appointment or scheduled to receive treatment only need to produce the appointment cards at the roadblocks. Local entrepreneurs, especially those in small and medium enterprises, are encouraged to adapt to the latest technology by digitally changing their business model or utilizing the e-trade platforms. Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Minister Datuk Sri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar said that in view of the COVID-19 pandemic situation that has yet to subside, business operators could no longer just depend on the traditional way of operating.
Kita juga telah membuat kajian sebagaimana yang telah saya sebut tadi. Mula-mula apabila sebelum kita membuat norma baru ni, langganan peratusan daripada online ialah 19.23% saja. Tetapi setakat ini kajian yang kita dapat sudah sampai hampir 3 kali ganda, iaitu 57.74% langganan itu melalui online. Dan pembayaran juga mereka dah minat supaya membayar secara online.
Datuk Sri Wan Junaidi said the findings of the survey clearly show the change in trend whereby consumers are becoming more tech-savvy and more inclined towards e-commerce. The minister was met at the closing ceremony of MEDAC's Hari Raya Cheap Sale Bazaar, the first ever hybrid bazaar, enabling business owners to sell their products physically as well as online via Barungku and Jimat Biz e-market platforms. Next, Pulau Pinang Police increased the number of roadblocks following implementation of MCO. Welcome back. Pulau Pinang Police have increased the number of roadblocks from 15 to 42 following the implementation of the Move and Control Order in 3 districts and 3 sub-districts in the state. State Police Chief Datuk Sahabuddin Abdul Manan said the police would also mount roadblocks at 10 identified rat trails.
Untuk lorong-lorong tikus, kita dah kena pasti dan kita akan gerakkan SDR bergerak. Kita pastikan tidak ada yang akan membolosi lorong tikus.
According to Datuk Sahabuddin, half of the state's police force are involved in the COVID-19 enforcement team, including those on duty at the roadblocks statewide. He added that the Pulau Pinang police force will be more detailed before issuing any permission letters for inter-district or interstate travel to public. Johor Police Chief Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche said he will let the court to decide on the 50 million ringgit defamation suit filed by lawyer Kamal Hisham Jaafar against him. Dato' Ayub Khan confirmed that he received the notice of lawsuit 2 weeks ago and it is still pending a trial date.
Kes telah pun dituduh di mahkamah. Itu bukan sama, itu notice of demand. So itu hak dia. So kita tunggulah perbicaraan dia. Kes itu dia telah dituduh di mahkamah. Saya rasa sepatutnya tak tunggu isu pun. Bila ditangkap dan dituduh di mahkamah. So nanti dekat mahkamah bela diri.
The Johor Police Chief said this during a Q&A session with reporters. Dato' Ayub Khan said the notice was issued in relation to his press conference on 27th April that mentioned about a lawyer duping an advertisement agency by claiming to be a lawyer to the Johor Royal Palace. Meanwhile, new clues have emerged in the investigation towards 12 enforcers who are now detained believed to be involved with a criminal organisation dubbed as Gang Nikki. However, Dato' Ayub Khan said no statement can be made as the investigation is still ongoing.
Tapi bila dibebaskan dengan jaminan polis itu bukan bebas terus, ada dengan jaminan polis. So kita tunggu. Macam saya bagi tahu lah, suspek yang kita tangkap masih menjalani proses siasat. Banyak lagi benda baru yang timbul. Kita tunggu. Kalau ada perkembangan nanti, saya akan maklumkan.
Dato' Ayub Khan said this during his visit to roadblock mounted at Silong Kulai, Johor. Police reports stated that investigations have determined the organised crime group mastermind Nikki Liao Soon Hee, aged 33, was last seen at Setia Walk, Puchong on March 20th. He is believed to be hiding in the country and is on the run with several bags of cash. Police have obtained an Interpol red notice to locate and arrest him and his Chinese assistant, Niu Ji, 31. And in a separate development, Dato' Ayub Khan said he has yet to receive any official requisition notice by a shipping company that demanded 123 million ringgit of compensation pertaining to a vessel detained by Johor Police at Pulau Kukup, Pontian on 8 March. He said the police is currently in the midst of discussions with a lawyer appointed by the company.
Saya tak pasti dari mana yang individu yang kata keluarkan saman. Tidak ada benda yang official. Dia hanya melalui social media. Itu bukan cara kita nak keluarkan notis of notis for demand ataupun untuk mengeluarkan saman siwa, tak ada. Itu tak ikut prosedur. Saya pun tak tahu siapa dia individu tersebut.
Dato' Ayub Khan said the arrest and seizure made is according to the law and those involved are currently facing charges at the court, adding that any further action would be decided by the court. Rock singer and celebrity Dato' Ahmad Azhar Othman or Awi will be called up to the Melaka Tengah Police District Headquarters to assist in the investigation over the alleged violation of the SOP during a humanitarian mission performance at a hotel in Jalan Hang Tuah, Melaka. Melaka Criminal Investigation Department Chief ACP Muhammad Shukri Kaman said police would also call several other individuals, including the program's organizer, to assist in the investigation under Section 21A of the Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases Act 1988 and Regulation 18, Prevention and Control of Infectious Diseases No. 3, 2021. The Melaka Police received a report at 12:43 a.m. today regarding a 42-second video clip that went viral on social media showing Dato' Awi and several other individuals violating the SOP of the RMCO while attending a humanitarian mission at a hotel. ACP Muhammad Shukri said several other individuals involved in the event will also be called up to the Melaka Tengah IPD to get their statements taken, and investigations will be completed as soon as possible before the case is referred to the Office of State Prosecution Director. In the video, Dato' Awi was seen performing at an event believed to be at a hotel that did not follow the SOP. The performance was believed to be part of the Satu Kayuhan Satu Zikir humanitarian mission program for rickshaw drivers on 7th May. Nizam Jodi has decided to withdraw the lawsuit filed against a Perak supporter after the individual came out front and made a public apology towards him. Previously, a post claiming that Hafizul was the mastermind behind the lowering of the Perak flag to half-mast went viral, prompting the player to file a lawsuit against the perpetrator.
Bukan nak buka aib dia, saya bukan nak jatuhkan maruah dia, tak. Penyokong-penyokong lain kat luar, kalau ada yang kata apa yang saya buat tu kejam, dengan saman dia 5 juta apa semua, sebenarnya saya tak ada niat pun nak saman dia 5 juta ke apa. Saya just nak dia keluar. Saya nak dia keluar berdepan dengan saya untuk selesaikan masalah ni, itu je. Niat saya cuma tu. Niat saya nak selesaikan masalah. Saya bukan nak tambah masalah untuk jadi masalah isu ni lagi besar. Dan saya main untuk Perak, dia pun fan Perak. Okey, kita pusing kat mana pun kita akan berjumpa, kan.
Hafizul said he considered the matter is resolved and requested all parties that had uploaded or shared the post to social media platforms to delete it. The turbulence faced by Perak FC outside the playing field clearly affected their in-game performance as they suffered a narrow defeat 2-3 at the hands of Sri Pahang FC in the Super League encounter on their home turf. In the match, which took place at Stadium Perak, the Tok Gajah squad grabbed the first goal on the 34th minute with a strike by Myanmar import Ong Kong Man. In the second half, Kenny Athiu doubled the lead for the visitors after converting a pass from Abdul Malik Mat Arif in the 58th minute. However, Perak FC was awarded a penalty kick in the 66th minute after Shakir Hamzah was forcefully brought down in the penalty box. It was calmly perfected by Leandro dos Santos to tighten the gap with the first score for the hosts. Kenny Athiu then furthered the advantage for Sri Pahang with another goal with a beautiful header on the 88th minute. Perak FC's extra time goal was scant consolation for the Bosgaru squad, and they were unable to find an equaliser as the match ended in their defeat. Meanwhile, in Stadium Majlis Bandaraya Petaling Jaya, Terengganu FC jumped to the second spot of the Super League standings after downing Selangor FC 2-1. The Red Giants only had themselves to blame after failing to capitalize on numerous opportunities, including Efedayo Ole Sugun's failure to score in a penalty kick during the first half. Both sides were unable to open up the scoreboard throughout the entire first half. Enter the second half, the hosts were awarded yet another penalty, which saw Olu Sugun's redemption with the first goal for Selangor. However, Nafuzi Zain's boys rose up to find an equalizer on the 72nd minute with a strike by Engku Muhammad Nur Shakir Engku Yaakob. With 3 minutes remaining for the match, the Turtle squad's Kali De Murga headed in the ball to the despair of the hosts, resulting in another win for Terengganu FC over Selangor FC. The encounter concluded with the results: Selangor FC 1, Terengganu FC 2. Meanwhile, Melaka United FC were held to a goalless draw against Petaling Jaya City FC at the Hang Jebat Stadium. After 3 defeats on their home turf, Melaka United FC was all fired up to end the series of disappointing events. However, the opponent's goalkeeper, Kalamullah Al-Hafiz Mat Rawi, was on a roll with save after saves to deny the hosts a chance to take the lead. Kalamullah's excellence as the bastion of defence at the goalpost broke at least dangerous attempts by Melaka United FC, saving his team by the skin of their teeth. The results of the match put Melaka United in a precarious relegation zone, potentially sending them to the Premier League if they remain unable to rise for the remainder of the season. Tensions continue to mount as Palestinians clash with Israeli police forces. Tune in to News at 10 coming up at 10 p.m. on My Freeview's saluran Berita RTM channel 123, or you can also stream the channel via YouTube or RTM's Click web portal and mobile app. Thanks for watching. I'm Mohana Priya. Have a great day.